Mr. Deputy Speaker, Sir, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to participate in the discussion. I congratulate the Finance Minister for the courage he has shown in narrowing the deficit. This clearly indicates that the present government is very much determined to do away with deficit budgets as early as possible. Also, it is a matter of great satisfaction that there are no new levies proposed in this budget. It is no doubt a great achievement on the part of the finance minister. However, as the government happen to be very much determined to revive the economy of the country, I would like to offer some suggestions and I hope the minister will take note of the following points which are of national importance. We have been told that the public sector banks have agreed to raise their lending limit to meet the credit needs to 40% in the next 5 years. This increase is totally inadequate. In India, poor farmers who constitute a larger percentage of our population are finding it very difficult to meet their needs and the minister deserves to be complimented for drawing our attention to their needs. But nothing has been done in the past for the welfare of those people. They were neglected by the government very badly. So raising the lending capacity of the banks by that percentage is not sufficient. More money must be used for meeting the credit needs of the farmers in the rural areas. Only then we will be able to do some justice to them. Exempting the statutory corporations or institutions which are serving the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes with central or state government is most welcome. It may be remembered that these people were neglected from times immemorial and any step to mitigate their suffering is welcome. Therefore, the present exemption is nothing but a step in the right direction. I would like to say something about the Vizag steel plant. Compared to the total outlay of the plant, which is expected to go into production in a matter of 5 years, the sum allotted this year is far less. At this rate, I do not think the project is going to be completed within the specified period. If we are to complete this plant in time, a substantial amount has got to be sanctioned. In as much as it is a plant of national importance, the government should not hesitate to allocate the requisite funds. Recently, the deputy premier of Soviet Russia visited the site and was very much impressed with the project. He promised a substantial help to complete the project in time. It is a gigantic project and if it is not completed within the time frame, the cost of construction may escalate. My humble request to the finance minister is to see that at least in the next budget a substantial amount is allocated for this plant. In this connection, I want to draw the attention of the House towards one important aspect. At present, only such jobs which fetch a lower salary are being reserved for the local people while people from other parts of the country are being recruited for the jobs carrying higher emoluments. The time has come to review that policy and I hope the ministry will do justice to the educated unemployed of our state. Coming to agriculture, it may be said that ours is an agricultural country. The soil tests are not being carried out to determine the nature of the soil. By knowing the nature of soil and growing corresponding crops, one could double production without any additional expenditure. To give you an example, by growing sugarcane in the state, we are almost getting double the yield of what the farmers in Bihar are getting. So, this testing of soils and determining crops through the length and breadth of the country is more important. Our farmers are no doubt working round the year, investing almost everything they have on land. Yet this farmer is still forced to depend upon nature for enjoying the fruits of his labor. Even if nature shows some mercy on him, there is no guarantee that his crops will not be attacked by any disease. Finally, when he loses his crops, all his efforts go in vain and his backbone is broken. I have drawn the attention of the government towards these problems while participating in the discussion on agricultural demands last year. But nothing has been done so far. I would urge upon the government to implement crop insurance scheme in order to lighten the burden of the farmers. Crop insurance scheme would go a long way in helping the poor farmers. Nowadays, we are hearing a lot about scarcity of sugar. We must take every step to encourage the agriculturists to grow sugarcane. At the same time, it is important to see that they get uniform price. At present, we find that there is a lot of difference in the price of sugarcane in the south and the north. Such glaring disparities must be sought to be removed lest it might lead to a confrontation between the north and the south. As regards the oil crisis in the country, I am happy to note that the government are taking all necessary steps to ease the situation. It has been revealed by the preliminary reports that there are larger quantities of oil reserves in our state compared to the Bombay high. Government should initiate action to drill the oil wells immediately. This will save foreign exchange considerably. The crude can be transported to the refinery nearby means of pipelines without much additional cost. It is needless to say that the country will become self-sufficient in petroleum products if the above plan is implemented. We have large deposits of minerals on the mountains nearby in my district. They are highly concentrated and easily one of the best deposits found anywhere in the world. I feel that they should be utilized to the fullest extent. If a plan is set up to utilize these resources, I have no doubt in my mind that it will prove to be a boon to the nation's economy besides fulfilling the long cherished desire of the people there.